Yeah, I guess he just doesn't want to have to deal with the guard cancels as much and be able to threaten the Potemkin Buster. Be like, hey, you were blocking, but I'm not sure I've seen Dre's Potemkin ever.
I think I've seen it like twice spectating lobbies and/or I getting him to play Potemkin because one of us picked Potemkin and then I picked Potemkin and then everybody picked Potemkin.
Sure.
But hey, I mean, if he got him practicing it and he feels confident in taking it into this matchup, that makes sense to me.
Sure. Do you know if Hammerfall on block, is it more punishable by just doing a normal, or is Baiken's little like stab thing your best option?
Guard cancel, unless you're gonna go for like a lockout, I don't think a guard cancel is actually the best way to go because it's not counter hit state, so you have better non-counter hit starters.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I think Sakura is a good starter on counter hit, but just not on regular. But so far, Dre, this has not paid off for Dre. He's gotten hit by a few things and not actually done a command grab. That was definitely supposed to be a command grab.
Potemkin Buster, yeah. I will say, if there is someone who is going to just pick like a random character that's not in practice and pull it out in loser's bracket of a tournament, it's Dre. So
what is? I'm trying to. I presume is he failing to get Judge Gauntlet? Because I keep seeing 5D, and I like a with 2S, baby.
Ooh, a little bit early, but yeah, try it again.
Yeah, that might have hit if Lojer hadn't gotten hit. But you gotta wait longer if they get hit.
Good jump there. Wow, and that is what we call a Potemkin round. Sometimes.
You ever just see your opponent 2 inches from your head and just decide to crank your arms back?
Also, I do like that was a really good response from Lojer to do the anti-air guard cancel there. With Potemkin's jump dust, it comes down so slow that's got to be
well,
like
it's not just about
thing.
that. It is an easy guaranteed thing on a button that's like higher than level 3. It is. I think it's guaranteed if you're like almost frame perfect on a level 1, but like, come on, people actually doing that. But if it's like I can't jump flash or jump heavy at that character.
Good burst there. That
was a smart burst. You had a lot of health and a lot of it was gonna go away.
Wow, just barely out of range.
Yeah, you cannot jump in on Baiken free. She just gets to do things while you're stuck.
Yeah, it has to be like optimal safe jump timing, right?
No, if you're pressing heavy buttons, you're caught, you're tagged. It's during it's like her anti-air and her the thrust are both pretty fast. Like they're like 10 or less frames. The thrust is 10 frames. I forget if the anti-air one is like about the same or not.
Gotcha. But yeah, it's like effective frames depend on how much is taken off by your button.
Yeah, theoretically, you can't jab you cannot jab a TAS Baiken. Because she just hits you during the block stun of TAS, or during the block stun of the move, and then if it's TAS input automatically, then you're getting hit.
That
said, humans are not that good. Humans are not that good.
Also, I think I agree with the character swap from Dre here.
No, he needs to, fun. Even if I get why the matchup seems nicer as taught, but you just need to take this. And I think another thing is that Dre needs to remember that he doesn't have to put Baiken in the block stun, right? 'Cause my guess is that, like, because he likes to try to play those zonings with the missiles and all that, and he likes to lock people down with that he's like afraid of those guard cancels, and that's reasonable, obviously. But
wait, can Baiken? She just dies if she tries to guard cancel the explosion, right?
Yeah, she should. It's just active.
Okay.
Speaking of the explosion. Oh, not quite enough, because he didn't have the meter! It was the level 1 DP!
Oh, this is scary. Yeah, that dust is gonna do it.
The big disjoint on the...
What? Wait, did the missile explosion? I looked away! Oh my god.
1-1, baby!
Yo, Dre got the luckiest.
Guilty Gear. I love Guilty Gear.
Ah,
yeah, that is such a steal. Because like sometimes when you double KO, so there's some double KOs where you're like, okay, like we both won. But there's some double KOs where it's like, you got stolen. They stole a round from your win.
Alright, yeah, Lojer not looking super happy. He's like, you are going to sit in this corner and you're going to eat tatamis. I swear to God, no missiles for you.
Yeah, I can see why... So I can see why the explosion is actually kind of a tempting thing to try to get onto her, actually. Because,
I don't know if that was on purpose, but Lojer taking that hit was really good.
Yep, because it created space. I can see why the explosion would be good, because if Baiken, you just kind of get a few mix-ups before Baiken, it's like late enough that Baiken realistically could hit you with a guard cancel, because it's a projectile. So the projectile, the explosion just keeps re-ticking. It's not doing hit stop. So you can just do an attack and get hit anyways. So it gives Robo-Ky some free mix, I suppose, if you get it on top of her. Because even her,
she doesn't have any like invincible.
Her force break is frame 2 invincible.
Okay.
Which means, if the explosion re-ticks, the same is like ticked on top of you active frame, you're eating it.
Means you can spend 25 meter to gamble.
Yeah, because I don't know the active frames on it. Yeah, DP from Robo is so dangerous because it's 3 frame, it's overhead, it's Robo DP if he has meter.
I respect the run-up full screen command grab, even though it didn't work.
You gotta do it sometimes, especially to Baiken. Win!
Take the overheat, but smart choosing to knock her back instead of just trying to continue the combo with something fake.
Oh yeah, in the mix-up. Oh yeah, 100%! 100%! It's Robo DP! That was level 3 Robo DP!
Okay.
Level 3 Robo DP hits!
Sure, I see that now. Alright, Lojer though, this is I think the first time they've really been down, even in that one match where it was the double KO, like we said, they kind of won that match, and then
yeah, that was
the
a
missile
steal.
Just it's like, hey, but what if? Oh no! Yeah, just a little bit bigger than Lojer thought it was. But
thankfully, it doesn't get the full. It doesn't get the full. If you like get tagged by the end of the partial one, it doesn't like upgrade to the full one wave. I think you have to hit with the start of the explosion.
Oh.
Good air throw, but gets. No, Baiken was minus.
Wait,
Baiken's minus on her own super. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. Probably something Dre didn't know. I sure didn't. But...
Yeah. There's a reason they really changed that super in Exert, as it turns out, and that super's still bad in Exert.
That makes sense. Alright, so, Dre is on the board. Again, this is loser's bracket, so if he'd lost that one, he was just out. Headed home.
But now it's 2-1. Still got life in this robotic shell.
Yeah, I don't really know what the
robotic life.
The significant difference there was. It seemed like Dre just kind of won the scrambles at the end. Lojer's been doing a real good job.
Dre was also kind of like landing things like more successfully landing mix-ups and stuff. Like the thing about Baiken is that if you're like real confident in like, oh, I'm just gonna block a thing that they press and then I'm gonna hit them, but then you don't like remember that they could hit you with something that you don't block.
Yeah. You can get them to say, I'm gonna block this whack mix-up.
Yeah, like it's not quite that this character is like more vulnerable to mix-ups than others, because not really. She can use those guard cancels to get out, but it really changes the dynamic of mixing her up, like mind game wise.
Yeah, she's more likely to try and hold the mix to break it after instead of poke out.
Yeah, and then if you just like raw overhead her.
And Dre is definitely like, the run-up 5D kind of guy.
Not just that, he's playing the you just 8-frame instant overhead you with this super.
Yep.
Character.
Ooh, is this dead? No. This is DP.
Yeah, I think one of the lockout for the button missed.
Gotcha.
That's such a weird force break super because it can just push them too far and then you trying to lock out their button can whiff. technically it's got so you do the force break, the invincible one, and then you transition into the super, and that locks out an option, and then you lock out one of their buttons. One sec, I am being requested.
Sure. Dre, I'm seeing here a lot, so he ends up with a lot of meter, which is good, but there's been quite a few times where he's had the opportunity to get out of the corner, and just has instead chosen to drop a mat there and charge up, but then he gets, you know, left in the corner. Wow, that does damage. And so Baiken gets to just kind of run back in and start pressuring, and you know, you don't really want to be in the corner against anyone, really, but like, Baiken with the tatamis, where they don't push you back anymore, is a real rough spot. Good block on the guard cancel there. Yeah, that one works out for Lojer a bit better, though.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh,
sure.
Here, so I can help.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good.
Oh no! Lojer crossed themselves up with the guard cancel.
Grace keeps it.
Yeah, all of a
That's,
sudden it's 2-2.
Hey, that's how it goes. Sometimes you're just like, wow, this sucks. I'm gonna tie it up now.
I'm curious to see what Lojer will be able to do to adapt back, because as the sets have gone on, they've been more and more in Dre's favor.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
So maybe this will be the last one where things flip back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, early burst, but I mean, that's like a good spot for it, and you are for sure getting that back before the end of the match.
Yeah, I think bursting early just in general is really good, and especially if your character has health like Baiken's.
Mm-hmm.
Baiken combos.
Yep, that's a lot of damage for sure. Is this dead? Yeah, okay.
Yep. Super's not minus if they're down on the floor.
Yep, plus 1 round. Ooh, yeah, I think that was a
too early.
Grab, right?
Yep, that was too early, because there wasn't anything throw immune from Baiken. That was like, I think, 6 age, probably trying to throw him back. Oh, he was probably throw immune during the command grab start.
Alright, speaking of the command grab, yeah, Dre now has full meter, but he kind of already did, so I don't know how useful that is. I mean, like, as an opening, it's good.
The thing is that, like, if you, in this matchup specifically, I think that just command grabbing them anyways has, like, more value than any other.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you get in there. Fun fact about that move, in Accent Court, apparently it scaled with, I believe it was Accent Court, apparently it could deal 120 damage scaling with meter.
What? Oh my gosh.
If he had meter, I don't know exactly how it worked, but there were situations where he just all-busted you.
So, Dre here, so situation's kind of swapped now, but he actually was starting to put on some of that crazy corner pressure that we've seen Lojer be the one to mostly output this set. In about that same spot.
Thing is, even if Baiken does not have to do anything other than stare at you and be Baiken and make you scared to escape corner pressure.
Yeah, Lojer, good job getting out. Just takes the knockdown. Yeah, it can be pretty hard to punish that, I'm sure.
Yeah, there isn't really a real punish because Robo knocks himself down, but he's covered by the explosion itself the entire time.
Alright, yeah, this is coming down real close. This is Game 5, final round. Held almost even here.
Missile.
No burst left on either side.
Get that throw. Get that throw, RC. Not quite enough.
The missile whiffed. Oh, but the wrecking ball won't. Wow, Dre bringing it all the way back. He was on, tournament loss point that whole time.
You ever just press your 5H, your FRCable 5H and yell 5 frames?